with the light on it.
Yeah, well, yeah, like, you know, stick
Yeah.
out.
It's more of the sports. So. I'm holding on. I want to go.
Yeah.
I know the picture is silent.
I usually do.
When we didn't have live views.
It's quiet, but it's not like.
Remember when we didn't have
Oh, I
live
know.
views?
Thought about it.
I kind of miss it.
I had a couple of assignments yesterday that really needed time. I was at the presentation yesterday.
Hear about the Baltimore Fire?
And they were doing
Three and one still critical.
and I was able to shoot photos as well, so I must be the one person always does it, especially when we're
Yeah. One on top of the other, so I got the one guy on. Collapsed.
That was
yeah. Yeah, you never know when you're gonna get it.
Right, so.
That is funny.
Well, I've got, I bought two adapters when I was at camera store. And I got two adapters, and I just need some cameras to go with it. You're starting to get
Yeah, I got it for a while, like, I didn't know if I was good, but I did have a March 6th, like, when I was in Florida, and I loved that. It did take me
Every day is like that.
Well, Jerry,
I wish I would have been right there.
all about
You've been doing your squats recently?
I did 10 to 10 squats. There's only one.
Is that what you're doing, or is there other stuff?
Usually there's a, that only takes about 15 minutes.
so when I went to her son,
The Sunday, you know. But normally it's like, I do 10 to 10 bench.
oh, yeah, sure.
Are you doing 135?
For the bench?
No, for the squat.
No, typically I do 40.
Well, yeah, that'd be.
Yeah.
Kind of serious.
The other day it was just 35.
You having a basketball game tonight, or you did?
No, I started at 9. Yeah, I'll be off. This family is
Really?
yeah, I know, it's been really slow. Which is this weather, you know.
I always looked at it.
I did 2 sets before I went.
I was wondering, it was either me or Isaac.
I was like, really my spot.
Yeah, it definitely takes a lot of work to do, but I'm finding my way around. Yeah, it just takes work, you know. I think so, I get it.
Yeah, but if you were in Ann Arbor, there's no, I see that, not a good.
I've been too much time. This is why it's something else.
It's all diagonal.
Yeah, I think it's Boston is like that.
Yes.
Boston really just flowing.
Yes.
I do love it in Boston. But yeah, it is nice. We're not
All right. My goodness, all right. Well, welcome everyone to our news conference this morning. We have, I think, exciting news for the Toledo Fire Rescue Department and for the city of Toledo. We want to introduce our new fire chief, Allison Armstrong. Allison she'll start in her new role a week from this Friday. So that is Friday, February 4th, as is tradition. There will be a sort of a large ceremony and gathering and inaugural address, and I think that it's called a pinning procedure, pinning ceremony that will take place, which for my taste sounded a little bit like the way people in the 1950s went steady, but I have learned that that's part of the ceremonial passing of the torch, as it were, to the new chief, so that you can maybe pencil that into your schedules. A week from this Friday, February 4th, in her first day as chief, there'll be a ceremony in the morning. I want to begin by thanking Deputy Chief Kaminsky for his leadership during the transition. I believe he's here with us today. I want to extend my personal thanks and the thanks of the city to him for his leadership, not during this time. He has served as acting chief in the past, probably has actually 5 or 6 weeks of service in that role, and is one of the outstanding talents that we have in the department. We're lucky to have him and look forward to obviously big things from him in the future. But I want to thank him for serving the city during this time. On December 11th, Chief Brian Bird's retirement became official. I think, as we know, he was forced into retirement. And that began a process whereby we sought to identify his replacement. The job was posted from November 29th to December 17th. We knew that Chief Bird's retirement was coming, so we actually posted it before his retirement was official. We sought applications from all over the country. We received 9 applications, 5 from within the department, 4 from locations around the country. I think we had an application from Missouri, someone from Minnesota, someone from North Carolina, another applicant from Ohio, but a different part of Ohio, not our community, and then 5 truly excellent candidates from within Toledo Fire and Rescue Department. I've mentioned in the past that I felt we'd be able to fill this position from within because of the excellence of the men and women who serve us, and that turned out to be absolutely true. We sat down with the 5 finalists and conducted interviews on both January 14th and January 18th, and we arrived at the conclusion that Allison would be the best person to lead the department at this time. She brings a unique set of experiences to this position. She has served for 21 years on the department. She's been a paramedic since the year 2000. She has the highest level of emergency training, medical training that is offered, and her EMS skill set, along with her bachelor's degree in nursing, I felt was an interesting blend of talent to bring to the position. She has already been our liaison with the local emergency rooms, coordinating flow and operations, which has been especially important during this time of COVID. She has a master's degree in health informatics, which I thought was a typo when I first read that word, but apparently it is not. But as we start transitioning to a world of electronic reporting software, that was a skill that we felt was important. She is involved in her community. I think we all know about the Toledo, the PS 419 career tech program that was developed in the last year to promote careers in public safety for those in the police and fire service. We really are looking forward to that, the successful development of that program. Allison has lent her time there as a mentor. with her many different skills and certifications and degrees. She is someone who has represented our city at disasters throughout the country. I know she has been down in Texas and Mississippi, helping communities deal with COVID and hurricane recovery. If it isn't important in the role of being a fire chief, and I think it may be, certainly is important as a snapshot into her character, the sort of person she is, to mention that she's also a great wife and a great mom. Her husband Mike is with us here today. Not here is their 13-year-old son Nicholas, who in his short 13 years has endured 18 different surgeries. And Allison has, while serving the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department, while developing the skills and talents that have brought her to this position today, she's also had to be a mom of a young man who's battled through 18 surgeries in his short life. And I think that is that reflects on the character of our new chief. She carries with her a scar, actually, on her leg from an experience about 20 years ago where she was fighting a fire and fell through a floor and literally fell into a fire on the floor below and ended up with first, second, third degree burns on her body. And that scar is a reminder, perhaps a daily reminder, of the dangers of serving as chief. And she carries that with her literally every day. I am excited for the leadership that she will provide the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department during this critical time. She is a great leader, a great firefighter, a great mom, and she will be a great friend to the citizens of our community. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to, as of next Friday, the new chief of the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department, Allison Armstrong.
Thank you, Mayor Kapszukiewicz. I want to thank Interim Fire Chief John Kaminsky. I am honored to be selected as the next fire chief of the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department. I am excited for the opportunity to lead, empower, and support the men and women of the fire department who work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, responding to an ever-increasing number of EMS, fire, and rescue incidents. Firefighting is an inherently dangerous occupation due to the hazardous conditions we must work in, exposure to cancer-causing chemicals, as well as the constant emotional and physical stressors. 3 firefighters were killed in a Baltimore fire just yesterday. Tomorrow, January 26, marks 8 years since we tragically lost Steve Mashinsky and Jamie Dickman in a North Toledo arson fire. Please keep Steve and Jamie's family, friends, and fellow firefighters in your thoughts and prayers during this difficult time. The last 2 years have been unprecedented and challenging for everyone, but emergency services cannot take a break, and the men and women of the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department were both adaptable and flexible when facing new and unknown threats during COVID-19. So I would like to thank all of the Toledo firefighters and support staff for their unwavering hard work and dedication. I appreciate each and every one of them, and I look forward to working together in order to ensure that the Toledo Fire Rescue Department will be better than ever. In closing, I believe that public service is both a privilege and a calling. I feel blessed that I'm able to come to work every day, truly enjoying my job and serving the citizens of Toledo. I vow to carry out the mission of the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department and the duties of fire chief to my best of my abilities with integrity, professionalism, empathy, and honor. I look forward to this amazing opportunity and starting the next chapter in my career. Thank you.
That's really all we have today. I guess before we get into any questions, I just wanted to reiterate something I said earlier and something I've said throughout this process. I felt that we would have the ability to fill this position from within our department. And while we did extend, we did post this again, like I said, starting at the end of November. We posted it nationally and received resumes from candidates as far away as Minnesota, Missouri, et cetera. I felt we'd be able to fill this from within, and I was right. And that is because, and I just need to emphasize this point, what talented, skilled people we have at the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department. The 5 finalists for this position were all battalion chiefs and other high-ranking officials within our fire department. And I can say, from my standpoint, what a wonderfully miserable decision that I had to make, because there were so many excellent candidates and all of them could have served as chief. It's wonderful to have so many good options within your department, and it's miserable in some ways to have to only be able to pick one. But I wanted to make sure that the citizens of Toledo knew that they are blessed to have men and women across the street in the administration of this department that are excellent and truly high skilled. And it was a difficult decision in a lot of ways, but I think that reflects well the character and talent of the people running our department. So with that, we're excited to have Allison in this new role. It certainly was not the reason that she was selected, but I do think if I have emerged as some sort of a self-appointed historian of the city, I do think it's worth pointing out that she's the first woman to serve as fire chief of our city. Incredibly enough, our city did not have its first female firefighter until 1984. And so it really is an indication of how, frankly, behind the times we may have been as a city and as a department, 40, 45 years ago. But from a department with one female firefighter, 40 years ago, to now a department that has a female chief, I do think that speaks to Toledo's story, and that is that we all have a role. Anyone can do great things in the city based on their talents and their skills, and that's part of the story here as well. So with that, I'm certain you don't want to talk to me, but if you have any questions for Allison or me, shoot, or we can do one-on-ones, whatever.
Chief, if you don't mind, goal number 1 on day 1 is what?
Goal number 1 is to meet with the executive staff to go over our current programs and initiatives, get up to date on where we're at with everything, and then get started.
What do you think the biggest need for the department is?
I think the biggest need is people. We need to hire. We are in the process of hiring. We have a lot of retirements coming up, and that's our biggest need right now.
What have you seen as the biggest challenge of finding those people?
That's a great question, Sean. So I was thinking about this. When I took the test, I took a civil service test in about 1999, and at that time they were given every 2 years. Over 3,000 people showed up for that test, and all you had to do was advertise it in the paper. We're not getting those people to show up, and recruiting and hiring is an ongoing process. We're getting maybe a few hundred people. We're having to work a lot harder to connect with those people to get them interested in the fire service. And I don't know all the reasons why, but that's where we're at, and we have to really go out and find the people and then encourage them to apply and become firefighters.
Have you ever talked to folks about what reasons that they maybe don't apply or maybe start the class and then don't finish? Has there been anything you've noticed?
Yes,
trends?
so part of it is the length of the hiring process. It is a very long process. When I got hired, it was a year long. We've really strived to reduce that because people just get disengaged. They go other places. It just takes too long. They drop out every step of the way. Sometimes we have issues with backgrounds. People can't pass backgrounds. So if we connect to people earlier like the PS 419 program, and get them interested and let them know what the expectations are, that, hey, you need a clean background, you need to stay out of trouble, you need to do these things. Maybe that will help us with losing those people, but it's a lot of different factors.
Is the program going well? Are you starting to connect with some of the young folks already?
It is. It's slow to get started, I think, because of the timing of the school year. I don't know how many they have enrolled now, but as the years progress, we hope to get more and more high school students interested in it and then mentor them along the way. I believe 1 or 2 took the test and passed out of this latest group, which is great.
What does it mean to you when the mayor says that you're the first woman to hold this position in the city's history?
I feel honored. I feel grateful. I'm excited to be a mentor to young girls and women that are interested in a career in public safety or the fire service specifically, because I think that it helps when they see somebody like them in those positions and go, I can do that. This isn't just for men or boys, and I can do it, and if I want to do it and work hard, I can progress up through the ranks just like I did.
What are some goals for you personally in this role?
Goals for me personally. The biggest one is to run the fire department efficiently and effectively. Look at hiring, like Sean had asked about, run volumes. Our run volumes have gone up every year, and our staffing has gone up a little bit, but we're doing more and more work with less people. I'd really like to dig into the run volumes and see if there's any way that we can reduce some of those unnecessary runs, do public education, things like that.
Yeah, because for some people, you'd become their doctor.
Yes.
Right, in some cases. Are there any ways you think you could, besides from education, try to wean those folks off?
We're looking at several different things. We have a community paramedicine program that, because of COVID, got sidelined, and we're getting it back up and running to connect people with resources. We currently work with insurance companies to connect people with resources because it's cheaper, obviously, to stay out of the hospital and get your things at home. We're looking at telemedicine. We are looking at a lot of different things to help that, because while it's not really our primary mission, it's become part of our mission.
Do you think, as the PS 419 program goes on, do you think when they see you, a female in the position you're in, do you think that can encourage young girls, young women to maybe be a part of the program that 2 years ago maybe wouldn't have considered it?
I do. I think that absolutely encourages them, and that gets them excited about a career in firefighting.
Well, I can certainly say Allison has no future as a politician. Her answers were too succinct. They were not they weren't wordy enough. There was no rambling, and I believe she answered them directly. So, for all of those reasons, I hope she's a great fire chief, because I don't think politics is in her future. But anyway, I assume you might want to do some one-on-ones, maybe not. But at any rate, thank you. Thanks for being here. All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. You did it.
Thank you.
You did it. Now we're going to have to sign up on that one.
Did you take any notes, Mayor, then? I mean, did you learn?